Hey everybody, so I'm here in New York City. I'm in Tribeca right now, getting ready to head to 368. I'm gonna be doing my speaking session there.
Hi!
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Woo.
Hi!
What up, what up?
Oh, you are frozen.
Yep. I'm an icicle. Hey everybody. Anybody here not frozen to death?
No, dude. Well, we got here on time, so.
Happy evening! Thank you for joining us tonight here at 368. Let's give them a round of applause for this beautiful space, all the people that they've allowed us to host and create here. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining us offline on this chilly Monday evening. And we are Creators Offline, and Creators Offline was an idea that Genki over here had where he just wanted to create, we really wanted to find a community of upcoming and smaller creators to just kind of mingle. I'll let him tell you more, but until then, I'm Kelsey. I'm your MC for the evening, and I'm the graphic designer here at Creators Offline. So yeah, take us away.
Cool, thank you. So like Kelsey started to say, I had this idea of trying to bring together a community of creators of all kinds. You know, I know a lot of you are video creators, but I'm really happy to have everyone here who considers himself a creative person or a creator. And I'm really excited, like already so many of you have thanked me to making this happen, but really it wasn't me, it was a lot of you who made this happen. And I'm excited for you to meet each other and get to be in this space. So I won't drag this out too long. I want to introduce our first speaker. Started off in the world of graphic design, created himself a company, used YouTube to help make that company bigger. You may know him, Roberto.
What's up everybody? How's it going, 368? That's what I like to hear. So first of all, give yourself a round of applause for coming out here in the cold, because I can't stand the cold. So that was a great introduction. For those of you who may not be familiar, actually, quick show of hands. Who here is not familiar with me? It's okay, don't be shy. All right, awesome, wow. Well, that's super flattering that it's like almost nobody here is not familiar with me. That's cool, that's different. So anyway, my name is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative, I'm an entrepreneur, came from the world of graphic design and advertising. I think that gave me a huge advantage starting out on YouTube. Play to your strengths, people, play to your strengths. I cannot stress that enough. Today's talk is something that I think is the overall theme of my channel, always be creating. That is my motto, that is my philosophy in life, always be creating, right? Now, a lot of you have heard me say create something awesome today at the beginning and the end of all of my videos. It's not just something that I say to motivate and inspire you. It is a life philosophy that I held, that I adopted during my time struggling with my own depression and my anxiety. And I think that ultimately it saved my life and my sanity, because I realized that one thing that I could control every single day is that I could create something. Whether anybody was looking, whether anybody cared, I could create something that I was proud to sign my name to at the end of the day. And that is something that I think really matters. I think as creators, a lot of you get discouraged very easily by the idea of the fact that you may not have an audience, or you haven't found your audience yet. But more important than finding your audience, you need to find your voice. And does anyone here struggle with like finding their voice? Do they not know what they want to create or what they want to do? Show of hands, and don't be shy, and keep them up. I want you to look around real quick. Keep those hands up. Understand that you are not alone, and that is not some unique struggle to you. Everybody goes through it at some point in their journey. But I'm going to tell you, do you guys want to know how you find your voice? You want to know? Yeah. Okay. It's actually simpler than you might think. Find something to yell about. Find something to scream about. Whether it's something that you're screaming about because you're excited, whether you're screaming because you're angry and upset and it's an injustice in the world, like the freaking iPod battery not working properly, and then you end up getting a viral video because we're here in 368 because Casey kept making videos about things that he was passionate about, whether it was something they thought was unfair, like bike lanes, or Apple's dirty little secret with the iPod. It was him making something because he felt something. And guess what happened? It turned out that a couple of other people, sometimes thousands, sometimes millions of people also cared. And nobody here is so, out there that you have an idea or something that 0 people are gonna care about. It might feel that way in your head, but if you take a look around, the reality is that someone in this room cares about some of the same things that you care about. But I'll tell you what the problem is. Some of you are not going to trust in that, and instead you're going to try and make a video that you think other people will like, or that will be a viral video, or that will go big, or they'll be mainstream, or will be popular, when all you had to do was just remember to find your voice, and you'll find an audience of people that want to have that voice shared because it's the same thought in their head, you just had the guts to express it before they did. And that will resonate with people. You want to know how people grow and how they build communities? Because people who care about what you care about will share that thing with other people that care about it that you could have never reached. You are less at the mercy of an algorithm than you are at the mercy of the voice in your own head. Everything that you think and that you believe is stopping you, whether it's the algorithm or the advertisers, or feeling even sometimes like you're at the mercy of your own audience. You're at the mercy of the voice inside of your head that's holding you back and making excuses for you not creating the thing that you know in your gut is the right thing for you to make. Because somehow you got into your head that there's no value in creating something if nobody sees it. And that's a load of bull. That's a load of bull, and I can tell you that. And I can tell you that not only because I made 1,000+ videos on YouTube, and it might sound like that's easy for you to say, Roberto, you have an audience of hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Guess what? That doesn't make it any easier to follow through on creating. If anything, it means that when I decide to create something, or when I decide to open my mouth, I'm thinking about what Uncle Ben said. I'm thinking with great power comes great responsibility, and I'm double questioning every single move I make, and then guess what happens? I'm doing it anyway, because at the end of the day, I'm doing it as much for myself as for anyone else, because I'm only making the content that I really believe in, because at the end of the day, I'm making content for someone like me. Someone like me. And it just so happens that as lonely as I was as a kid, as much as I thought that I was a misfit and an outcast and an exile, I'm now standing in a room full of people who probably had that same thought at some point. And that's a really dope thing to come to a realization. I hated getting up in front of people as a kid on stages like this or anything like that, because I thought I was gonna get picked on, and I often was. And now to find myself in a place with like-minded people because I finally had the guts to do something that really mattered to me, something that I thought was cool, and decided, you know what, when I started making content on YouTube in the summer of 2013, it was mostly tutorials, because I wanted to pass on a skill that I had. I went to a small community college in a small town, and I did graphic design and advertising, and you know what? I was like, it'd be really cool if I take everything that I learned that let me get a job in this industry, and if I gave it away for free, because there's some kid somewhere that is going to not, have the money to go to school, even a community college. I didn't have the money to go to a fancy school. I worked my butt off and I got horrible grades because I was working a double shift or would leave in the middle of the class to, go to the store and work so that I could have the money to pay to be there. And that sucked, and I got criticized for a lot of things because I didn't do the traditional path. And it occurred to me that somebody has it worse. And so I'm gonna give free content out on the internet. I'm gonna use this dope platform called YouTube, and I'm just gonna give this stuff away. And if somebody happens to stumble across it in the search engine, cool. They just got a free education that could maybe change their life, or might give them access to a new skill or something that gives them a career. And that was dope. And then a lot of people you kept asking me questions, and so I kept digging through my experience or my history and just kept giving out everything that I know happily away for free. And I had no expectation of an audience. I had no expectation of making a bunch of money on ad revenue. I wasn't thinking that I'm gonna get brand deals out of this. What I was thinking was, how valuable would this have been to a young Roberto if this had existed? Doesn't that deserve to exist? Isn't that enough? So always be creating, always be creating. ABC, always be creating. And yes, I did kind of steal that from Glenn Ross, which will come up again, I'm sure, at some point in the evening. But the thing that I will say about this philosophy and why it matters to me, and by the way, as for like a Q&A thing, I'm around for the rest of the night, so just hit me up. And then also at Roberto Bleak on Twitter. But what I'll tell you with my remaining allotted time here is this. If you want to be successful as a content creator, you have to decide what you can actually sustain. Because the hardest thing about the reality of YouTube and everything that you think when it's over glamorized, the hardest thing is to build yourself a brand and a reputation that you can live with for the rest of your life. Which is why a lot of people are struggling. No matter how successful they are, they burn out. There are a lot of people that went viral that wish they hadn't. There are a lot of people that have outgrown the brand they built that was popular and are now facing some of the rejection for who they've decided to be, because they grew up. How dare they? How dare they evolve as a human being? How dare they change? How dare they age out of a demographic, right? So when you decide that you're going to create something every single day, make sure that it's a worthy day because what you created was worthy of your name, worthy of your talent, worthy of your gifts. And if people don't accept that, then screw them. At the end of the day, you have to live with it. You have to own it. So don't worry and don't get yourself down about, oh, I'm a small YouTuber, I'm a small creator. As somebody here that I'm very fond of will tell you, creativity is much bigger than that. And you have it beating in your chest. So if you're a creator, you go out there and you create. Always be creating every single day. Create something awesome today, every single day without fail. It is not a motivational speech. It is a mandate for success in your life. Create a moment in time that you are proud of to own. Create a moment and an experience for the people around you that made it a worthy day for them. Create something that will live beyond you. Create something that creates value for other people like you and helps them. Create experiences that deserve to exist in the world so that the history of it is documented for other people to benefit and to learn from. Create resources and information to help people overcome. Create something awesome today, whatever it is, whoever accepts it, whoever rejects it, whoever watches it, whoever hears it, whoever reads it, it doesn't matter. Create, because that's what you are. You're a creator. Creators create. And that's what I've got to say about that, so. Not a bad way to start the night.